Hey everyone, I just wanted to show some of these custom Mortal Kombat Mezco style figures that I have. I just wanted to compare it to a 6-inch figure, Marvel Legends Iceman. I know this Sub-Zero gets a lot of hate just because the legs were not able to move. But basically what I just did is I just cut this underneath. And I mean, you can always switch the pants to something else, but to be honest, I mean, I'm never going to take a shot like this, you know? So I figured it would just be cut just good enough for me. I did swap the body to a Toymetaverse or a 5K ones, whichever ones have them in stock, to these other bodies. Let me see if I have one. No. Oh yeah, I do have one. It's just this basic body, so I swapped the body because this is by far the best like buck body that's out there. I mean, it's pinless. You could swap some of the parts on the arms and the legs. But this is the best body by far that I use basically all my customs. So all the bucks or all the figures that I have here have that base, that buck. So this is the Sub-Zero. I did buy the 5K Sub-Zero figure, but I actually prefer this bigger body for Sub-Zero just because he's always been like beefy to me, you know. So I did use all the parts for it, like the heads and the arms, for something else. I'll show that eventually. But the basic costume I used just because I really liked it, and I'm really not good at like making clothes or fabric or soft goods. This is my own soft good. I'll talk about that in a second. But basically I used the body for another figure, and then I used the cloth, and then I had my Storm Collectibles figures, and I really like the ice arms. So like I was talking about earlier, is you can actually remove these parts of the figure. You just gotta boil them or heat them up, and then they'll pop right off here, right at the joint here, right at the bicep, and then you can take the arm off pretty easily here. Like, you don't have to worry about breaking the figure. Sometimes it's a little hard, but it's just a ball peg. So these are very, very good figures. But basically I used my old Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero for the ice arms and some of the accessories, and then I used the costume. I swapped out the boots because I like this wrapping that I did here. I wrap them, use a little bit of super glue, but I normally wrap them like normal. And then I kind of like the boots just because they're a little bit more plain. But I mean, you can see this figure can do anything. I mean, splits. It still has a very good ab crunch, you know, and that's just me for right now. You know, I'm not even trying to pose them. I did have to do the super glue technique, which not super glue, hot glue, just to get the neck on there, or the head. But you can see it's, you know, on there pretty good, so you can do everything, especially with the double joint and ball pegs. But I mean, the figure has all his articulation. He doesn't lose anything with the cloth goods. I mean, I'm just a sucker for like cloth goods and Mezco, so you can see here, you know, I mean, he does look pretty good, at least for me. You know, these are all my customs, just for me, but you know, I like to share them because someone told me they wanted to see kind of what I was doing with these figures. So you can see here, that's just my Sub-Zero. And then I wanted to talk about this Scorpion because, like I was saying, I still have to paint some of this stuff, but I mean, I basically used the Sub-Zero kit, and then these are his arm guards, and then the bicep guards. So I actually used that for Scorpion because I thought it looked really nice. I definitely have to paint these. I still don't know what color I want to do, whether it be like some type of gold or metal or anything like that, but I still have to do that. But they fit on really good. The only problem I would say with these figures, these buck figures, is that they don't have the best amount of like hands. I would say they have these open hands right here. They have fist hands, and then they also come with I think open hands, like a little bit more relaxed like this. but no weapon holding hands. These really can't hold weapons as good as like other figures, but I mean, it definitely does, like, you know, okay enough, you know, like this is not gonna stay, but depends on how you like kind of pose it, I guess you can say. You know, like you can have them holding it or whatever, but sometimes I use tack, little tack on there when I take photos and stuff like that. But that's the only one that I would say is missing, like weapon holding hands or gun grips or whatever you want to call them. But this is my Scorpion. Basically, it's these parts. These suits come from an eBay store. Let me try that. Oh, CFordcharles. C Ford, like the car Ford Charles. He's on eBay. I bought all these bodysuits from him. Let me show you real quick. Basically, it's just these suits here. They come in different colors. I got a bunch of them from him, but they're really good quality. They definitely stretch with the figure. Like you can get the bodysuits, or he sells like, you know, just the shirt form or the pant or whatever. But you can use it to swap out for that Sub-Zero there. But I mean, it doesn't hinder articulation whatsoever. I mean, you know, it doesn't have that problem because I didn't cut it just like the Sub-Zero, but it has no problem hindering the articulation. It just depends on how you put on the suit and then basically where you want it to start and finish, because the wrappings, I did this like ninja wrapping or samurai wrapping with this stretching material. The boots that comes with the figure to cut either bare feet or the boots. So I used the boots on this one just because it looks pretty cool until I figure out what else I want to do. But basically I used the suit I actually made myself. I did put a wire in it so that, you know, you can pose it, I guess you can say. But that's basically what I did that for that and the back. I just, you know, made the suit. I actually used glue. It's this, let me find it if I can find it. You can buy it at the dollar store. It's not $1, but you can definitely get it at one of those, you know, stores. It's this glue right here, tacky glue. It's really good for fabrics. I would just say be careful because it does leave like a type of like gunk on it if you let it dry and somewhere you don't want it to be, so just be careful with that. But it definitely tacks on fast and it glues pretty quickly. So this is what I use for the fabric because I'm not a big sewer. I could sew some stuff, but I'm trying to learn little by little. I'm like self-taught with all these things. So basically I did the wrapping for this too. So then the head is from the 5K Ninja sets. I just like the way that it look. I mean, it looks realistic, you know, like with the eyes. Let's see if I can focus. I mean, it looks really good. I paint my own heads and stuff too, which I can probably show you on another figure sometime. But basically, I use the ninja head, and then this is the McFarlane mask. I really like, you know, kind of mixing all the different figures that that I like aesthetically. For me, I was a big Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2 fan. When it first came out, I was a kid. My brothers and I would play it, you know, on the Super Nintendo or whatever. And we've been playing Mortal Kombat ever since. I'm not in no way, shape, or form a master or anything like that. But, you know, we do play it. So a lot of my inspiration came from either Mortal Kombat 1, 2, some of 3, Mortal Kombat 4 for sure, by far the best one in my opinion. And then I try to implement some of the Mortal Kombat versus DC, which is my second favorite Mortal Kombat game of all time. So he definitely used like more like armor base and like gold trims and things like that. So I kind of try to mix, you know, all of them together and got this one here. And I really like just how plain it is. I was thinking about adding some different armor pieces from the McFarlane figure, because I mean McFarlane is definitely one of the best, or if not the best toy maker out there, besides, you know, some of the third-party companies like 5K and Toymetaverse. But this is from from the McFarlane figure. So I was thinking about either using some parts of these to make my Scorpion, but I still don't know yet, just because, you know, the gold stands out a lot. But I do like the mask; it looks really good. So, you know, these are just pieces that I was taking off from the other figure. I don't know which braces look better. You know, let me know in the comments, or which ones you guys like better. But it's just something I'm thinking about. And then this piece is really nice too, but it's just really hard to, like, you know, mix it in there. You know, it looks nice, but I don't know, I'll probably use that for something else. But these are definitely extremely hard to remove from the McFarlane figure. I mean, you could see here, hopefully it focuses. If not, you can see here where the part was on the legs, and then the arms and things like that. So boil your figures. I have a heat gun, but it's way too hot, messes up the figure. So I just boil my figures for a while, just in hot water. Just be careful, you know, don't ever get hurt or anything like that. I always get burned, but you know, that's how I take these apart. And then I use a razor blade, a brand new one, because if it's all beat up, then it's not going to cut and you're going to get hurt. So always use a fresh razor blade, and be careful, wear cut gloves or anything like that, just because I cut myself a lot. So but anyways, this is just kind of just my Mortal Kombat Mezco inspired figures. I mean, CFordcharles, shout out to you, man, because you make some great suits. He's really friendly. He basically just does them himself, but I mean, sometimes he'll message me saying that he's really busy, so he can't send all these suits right away, and I get it, man. I mean, he does some good work. So you know, shout out to him. So just bear with him if you can't get the suits right to you all the right away, but you know, most of the time he does very quickly. So yeah, this is my Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You can see here, yeah, like I said, the articulation's all there. The suit doesn't hinder at all. I mean, that's an ab crunch, like, compared to Marvel Legends, you know, like, that's a really good ab crunch. I mean, he does have all the articulation. You know, he can look up, down, sideways, and all these things. And the hot glue trick, you can kind of see a little bit down there. I don't know. You can see right here. I'm just shooting this on my iPhone, man. I'm not like a streamer or whatever, but yeah, you can see some of the hot glue I used in there. But basically, you just put the hot glue in there, let it fill up, let it dry to almost where it's completely solid, and then you pop in the head, and then you make a joint like that. And it's by far the best trick that I've seen, or I've learned, or whatever. But yeah, so these figures are just kind of like my own take on the characters, and you know, I make them for myself. Like, these are just for my collection, you know. But it's definitely a labor of love, customizing figures, posing figures, and making sure that, you know, you do it to what you like. And I mean, get inspiration from other people's, but I haven't seen anybody make any Mezco Mortal Kombat figures or anything like that. So I just wanted to share with you guys, see what you guys think. You know, I do have to take a lot more pictures with them. I do my own dioramas too. This is all my stuff. If you want me to talk about it more, I'm gonna try to make more videos. This is my first video ever, so I just wanted to showcase some of my favorite custom figures that I've made. I mean, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are iconic, and I mean, they look pretty badass to me, you know. I don't know about you guys, but definitely something that I cherish with the way I put in all this time and work into these figures, you know, is definitely something that that pays off once I get the final product or final finish or anything like that. And I do paint. Let me just show you just kind of like a quick preview, but I just wanted to show you guys that these guys are posable, and you know, they definitely can stand and everything like that. I'm just shooting this on my camera, on my phone, and you know, I have this as a stand, some alcohol. But some of the other figures that I have that I actually do paint, which I can show you. Let's see. Sorry, give me a second. Oh, here. So like this one, Ermac. Sorry, this video is going on forever, but I just wanted to show you guys some of my paint work, you know. Oh, here, hold on. So this is my Ermac custom Mezco style figure. Again, I did the suit myself. The undersuit is from CFordcharles, so those bodysuits that I did for the Scorpion and the Sub-Zero, I just cut off the sleeves, or I cut it at the waist or anything like that. But I'm still not done with this one per se, just because I still have to find like arm guards and then maybe change his boots. But this is just kind of like a rough draft, and this is one that I painted. Let's see. My camera's not the best, but you can see here, this is just like a painted one. And then, you know, some of the figures don't have necks for like the bucks. This is a different buck. It's not this one. I just thought that Ermac should be a little bit slimmer. But it's all about posing. I mean, you can't tell that his neck is like that per se, I guess. I mean, I would never take a shot like this, you know. But, you know, he does have articulation and everything like that. But some of the other bucks don't have like a neck or a solid neck that you work with. This one does have the double jointed ball peg, which is better. It would have been a lot better for this when it's plugged in, just like the Sub-Zero. But, you know, I have to work with what I got. So, but this is just kind of one of the painting that I did. I tried to make it metallic so you could see here, you know, because he's all powered up all the time with his powers or whatever. But this was just a base head. That's just kind of a little bit of one. But one that I painted, let me see if I can find one. I mean, I don't want to talk about all the figures, but this is definitely one that I painted as well. This is my Quan Chi custom. You can see here I painted his head completely. And he has that same trick with the hot glue and everything like that. But this is one that I painted, the hands and the feet and all these things. Suit, again, CFordcharles, but I painted it with my airbrush. And I mean, I think this is one of my favorite ones too. He came out pretty good. My brother would use Quan Chi and whoop my ass. Sorry, but Quan Chi was awesome. And again, this is like a Mortal Kombat 4 inspired figure when he didn't have all the tattoos or whatever those things are, before he got like his super sorcerer powers and stuff like that. So this is kind of a clash between a lot of different characters or whatever, the way that they were made. So Mortal Kombat 4 inspired, but Mortal Kombat X and 11, things like that. So it's just kind of a mix of all these things. So, but you can see, I mean, the figures are all extremely posable. Like, they can do basically anything most figures can do, or if not better. So this is just one, and again, this is my painting his eyes, everything. This was a completely different color, so you can see that. So, you know, this is just some of the things that I wanted to show you. But even I guess this would be the last one, because I definitely don't want to make an extremely long video, but you know, this is the first one. But let me see if I can find a magnet. I just wanted to show you another one of my paint work. So this was a Kano, so this is, I definitely painted it. And I mean, I could touch it up a little bit more, like the silver and stuff like that. This is my own custom Kano. Again, use the same 5K toys or Toymetaverse bucks. So, you know, again, he doesn't have weapon folding hands, but you know, I can figure that out. I have a bunch of fodder and stuff like that. So he has the 2 knives. I put the holsters on there, 2 blades. These are posable. I put them with some elastic things. The gun holster, put all these weapons on him. And then I actually got these lights off of eBay. They're like Gundam lights. They work with a magnet. I have a magnet on my diorama. But let me see. You can see here, they light up. And I had to drill the actual hole into the head and hide the light in there. So that's why he can light up like that. But I thought it was a pretty cool thing to have, you know, Kano. And again, this is not inspired by, you know, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3 or anything like that. But it's more based on like the movie and the newer Kano where he's like a military or a mercenary. So I really like that because I also want to modernize them to the point where it's like if there was a real character named Kano or Sub-Zero and Scorpion, that they would use this type of like clothing and materials and things like that. So, you know, Kano being a human, you know, he would realistically wear this type of gear in my eyes, you know. So that's why I kind of went with this way. And I thought it came out pretty cool. But like, whereas Sub-Zero and Scorpion, you know, this is like a costume that I would imagine that they would wear, you know, in their daily lives or whatever. Even in modern, like let's say they go into the future or whatever the case may be. Because, you know, Jax and Sonya and Kano and all of them, you know, would be in their world too, and they have guns and modern weapons and all these things. So, you know, I that's why I like these these costumes that I picked out for them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys would like to see the rest of my Mortal Kombat. I have pretty much all the main ones that I would want. I'm working on Nightwolf, Baraka. Who else? I'm working on Nightwolf, Baraka. Who else? Katana, Maylene, Jade, all them. But, you know, this is just kind of my first video, and sorry I made it so long. But let me know what you think. Hit me up on the comments. Please follow. I am trying to, you know, see what I can do. But like, you know, I work on all kinds of stuff. You know, I'm working on this Juggernaut custom Mezco. I still working on the pieces. I don't know how I feel about this belt. But you know, these are figures that I, you know, care about and, you know, put time into them. So, you know, you can see how imposing that Juggernaut is. I mean, I still have to do a lot of stuff and a lot of work, but I just wanted to show you, you know, some of the work that I do. So let me know what you think. And again, please comment. You know, I'm up to criticism and stuff like that, but, you know, I don't like people to be rude just in case. So, you know, just let me know what you think. So take care. Keep it original, guys. And I'll see you guys later.